DNA test turns out I'm 100% that bitch, even when I'm
The Los Angeles Coliseum, once home to the Olympic Games and many of the most memorable moments in sports, and also home to the USC Trojans, who are prepared to fight on once again today. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 25th ranked team in the land, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Rhys Davis, joined here in the room, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Wolverines will put total leather and we'll get started. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. The Trojans offense takes the field to start this game off. And these guys involve everybody in the passing game, and none more prominent than this big fella.
The quarterback knows he's going to be under duress in this game, so who do you look for? The tight end, and there aren't many better than this guy.
And just big bodies that you can miss a little bit high, and it really doesn't matter, but over the middle of the field, closer throws, so nice to have a security blanket with a great tight end.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume. It'll pay off big time in late in the season.
Back to throw, it's Moss. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat, and you're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Give to the running back. Shakes off the defender. Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. Look at the schedule for these teams. It's brutal. Each and every week you're going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
Okay, ready? Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. Hand off to the fullback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Really nice job by the defense. Understanding 1st and goal, on second down. This little third to mid-range. You got 2 downs. What are you thinking?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
Decision time right here. I like going for it. Playing on the road, you have an opportunity to take the crowd out of it a little bit here. Why not just line up quickly and just try to run the ball?
Yeah, stay aggressive. You want to shut these people up. You want to quiet them down, but field goals don't.
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Michigan.
In a 4th and goal situation, bring in the beef. The goal line package, all the heavy guys, the tight ends, and just pound the rock when you need it. Running back falling forward, getting a touchdown. Offense just went big on your booty.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They cash in on that field position, going just 13 yards. And they capped it off with a 1-yard punt. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Wilson. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah.
He's running free down the middle. He's at the 40. At the 20. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then Dick shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Finds Zach Breeze, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Takes the handoff. It's Edwards. Good, solid pickup on that one. They got it out to the 40, and it's first down. Those who stay will be champions, so said Bo Schembechler, and those who keep it on the ground churn out first downs.
Yeah, it's because it's a way of life, right? It's that physicality. It's going to be hard in practice all week. When you're at Michigan, it's going to be grind. It's going to be physical. That's who they are. They won't compromise. If you get to stick around here recently, a lot of success, too.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense and their running game. That time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
Strikes first, delivers the punch, and works his way to 31. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go right back to it. Pulled down after a pickup on board of the 27.
I think they called that no when they were anywhere. So why would you call it policy? Third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where they have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
And the Wolverines get enough for the first down.
Picks up 3. And that's good enough for a first down.
Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Quarterback on the keeper. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Nice job by the defense shutting down all the options, making sure it wasn't easy to read. Nice
Leaves it with the back. Pick up a 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Now they'll run the draw. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a 1st down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it, that time to hand it off, and you pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the 1st down.
Leaves it with the running back. Puts him in the spin cycle. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the 1st without scoring. Looking to pass. It's Warren. Fires into the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. A relatively short field goal try from 26 yards out. Never allowed. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Utah is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Alex Smith, and they are right back in this. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Navy. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
Take this one away. Returner runs out of bounds.
You got his USC, has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to you. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, Dave. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
The Trojans send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Always good to get points on a drive, David. Chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Back to pass, it's Warren. Right down the middle. And that's a mistake you don't expect to see from a senior, and he is lucky to get it back. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. unloads to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Morris. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. Looking for the score. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate in the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Running out of time here in the first half. They do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this front. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to the pressure really bounce. A good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the defense snatches it, and they're trying to flip the field.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to... Got it! They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. And the Wolverines in the hurry-up. To the air, it's Warren. Into the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coverage.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football. And you saw that there on the incompletion.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
He'll take a deep shot here. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Back to throw, it's Moss. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Well, third and short, the offense dials up the screen, expecting the pass rush to come upfield man-to-man, but it just simply does not work. Defense stays home, and they force the incompletion.
He'll bring it back. It's Morgan. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wants to throw on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Complete downfield. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Timeout, Michigan.
Now from the 48-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Trying to get behind the defense. And he's got it inside the 25. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Michigan.
And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. And he'll try to make it 2 for 2, this time from 35 yards away. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. They'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half.
27, USC, 7.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, there in the shadows of the Hollywood sign, you've been watching quite a drama of your own. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. An offensive showcase, yes, but it's been those dynamic running backs who have set the pace. I'm curious to find out if this ground and pound approach is going to continue into the second half, or if one of those defenses will actually show some pride. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at the LA Coliseum.
And the Trojans will kick it away to start the second half. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. It's working. Why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
You just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
A strike downfield. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. Making great decisions. That's what all of the legendary Michigan quarterbacks have done. John Navarre, Elvis Gerbach, and the guy can't remember, drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots.
Yeah, what that guy? What is his name? Tom Brady? Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, he was pretty good too. But when you think about Michigan, you don't always think about the quarterbacks, and you don't always think about airing it out. But again, if you want to be a great college football team nowadays, you better be able to throw that pigskin.
Touchdown, Wolverines! And the punishment has been extended.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. FIU is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 7 over the Astronauts. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. First down for this offense. Looking to move it through the air. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Back to pass, it's Moss. Makes the grab on the left. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
We hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
Nice move there.
Listen, his team's obviously down in this game, but it's not his fault. I mean, this guy showed up to play. He's been churning out big play after big play. Already over 100 yards rushing in this game. He's carrying his weight. He needs his buddies around him now to pick up the slack a little bit and help get this team back in the game.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hudson.
And I love working the slot. You see so much. That's how matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot. Maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
And that ball is picked off. He'll go down right there, but what a big play to come up with that turnover.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover 1. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Stopped after making the catch. The Wolverines headed quickly to the line. Dropping back, it's Warwick. Looking down the middle. Wide open downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the right. Makes the grab. He got loose, almost passed it, finally dragged down at the 32. And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open, couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the 2nd half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
1st and goal, Michigan.
With the run on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Michigan! And the beatdown has ensued.
Number 7.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
He'll try to tack on one more.
For the extra point.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was closed down by the short yardage touchdown. Just about set to kick it away.
Set to kick off.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive.
The ball squirts free. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
Couldn't order better field position for this offense. Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the wideout. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
And that's why these guys play defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You've got to catch that and make that a pick.
Out of the gun, the inside give. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29. They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. And pass not close as he got way trying to deliver it. It'll bring up 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. And this will be a bit of a challenge. A 46-yard attempt from the right hash. And it's no good. Because no game is perfect. Something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to gripe about this one.
Michigan, 41, USC.
Guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right now.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. If you give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
Let's see what they've got on second down. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Looking for a man. It's Moss. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Here's his offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on second down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Makes the grab and he's dragged down. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. They want to just keep throwing it. And they fail to hook up on third down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
The Trojans will line up to punt it away. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. Leaves it with the back. Strong run on a pickup of 5 out to the 15.
Play callers love it offensively when you can run the football when the other team knows you're going to do it. That is called imposing your will. And here in the fourth quarter with the lead, very first play of the drive.
Just steamrolling the defense. How about the patience from this sophomore to hunt that green grass?
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend. Them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen. Strip the football, do something.
After the strong run on second down, third down coming. Do they do it again? They give to the big fullback. The Wolverines get it past the sticks.
Well, how about that play call? Third down, turn it around, hand it to the big fella, your fullback, and he does the work to get the first.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. Your offensive linemen have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they do.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on fourth down. It's third and long from the 45. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They were ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination, all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
Yeah, and that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meat and face, ball game over.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. to Ann Arbor and the Big House, home to one of the most storied programs in college football, and the first one to win 1,000 games, the Michigan Wolverines. Today, a Big Ten clash, and you know when you square off against a conference opponent, the blood boils a little hotter. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Stanford Cardinals, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Wolverines will boot away to start the game. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Cardinal offense will take the field to get things underway. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it. And he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, it's Daniels. Throws to the back. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Stanford lines up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. So Michigan's offense will take the field for the first time. One thing to keep an eye on in this game, when they get it back isolated on a linebacker, who wins that matchup?
Quarterback likes the matchup, but this linebacker, he's different. Not only is he a hitter, he's got the athleticism to cover leader, too.
Normally you say that's a win for the running back. The running back on a linebacker, I win. But this guy is different. Interested to watch this matchup.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. 2nd and very short here for the offense. They'll run it from the gun. Tackle is made after the first down.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins, big physical runners that also had sprinter speed, and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 50. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game. They're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back that gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
And the Wolverines with the 1st and 10. Right back to the well.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs, you just want positive yards, make the right read the guy, if you want to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Power football with the run. Staying physical in the red zone as he's pulled down after picking up 3 balls at the 14. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Looking for a man. It's Warren. can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, on 3rd and short in field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
No movement from the field goal unit. The offense is out there to try to keep this drive alive on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker. They'll turn it over on down.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, blowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
Got a man in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the tight end. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer and pass cut. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the 1st quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. 1st down to start the drive after the break. Give to the single back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. They'll leave it with it. Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on 3rd down. Nowhere to go. The ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Well, the quarterback did everything right in terms of his reads on that option play. He was supposed to keep it, but he's got to do a better job of holding on to the ball. Give the defense credit for getting to him and creating the table.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It's a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get them a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this week.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
You don't tip the scales at 3 bills. Stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really big back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just lower his shoulder, be physical, be powerful. You saw last week he got a rushing touchdown. Look for this offense to continue to feed him and maybe get him another.
Why the fuck was he running backwards? What the fuck was that shit?
It's still early in the game. I'm not chasing points. Take the field goal, pay this drive.
And they have analytical cards nowadays that says the exact situation, what the score is, do you go for it or not? Look at the card, make the decision.
And this baseman splits the uprights. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on, be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got his man quickly. And he's just run out of bounds, maybe living to fight another day there. It'll be a loss on the play. That last completion sets him up on second down. Looking to throw, it's Daniels. Gets open down the middle. And he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. They're going to throw it again. Lofts one high and deep. Fires it into a crowd, and it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, and making a big play.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Shoots it to the left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They'll throw it from the red zone. Pocket starts to collapse. And the defense got him at the 27. First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. Wants to throw. It's Warren. Going to try to get it himself. Jumped on top of the pile. They'll immediately call timeout.
He does a really good job here. You want to get a huge play. You got to push the ball down the field. You need a bunch of yards. But wait a minute. Now he can just tuck it, scramble, go get you a bunch of yards. Now put you in a great third down situation. Real heads-up play by the quarterback.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. The snap sets up the throw. Lets it fly. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They march 78 yards down the field, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there and ready to go.
Set to kick it away.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, it is tough to beat the big house when it's full and rocking as it is today in Ann Arbor. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas in the booth at Michigan Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Stanford will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well. So you have to know where your answer is.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up. He turns that loose down the right side. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. Here they come, facing third and long from the 40. Dropping back, it's Warren. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one when the tackle is finally made.
Well, how about the offense setting that play? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Catch in the middle, it's Morris. How about picking up tough yards like that as he gets to the 22. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. Now the play fake. Throws to the tight end. Pulls it in. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in week 5? How about the renaissance of the tight ends? Inline, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can, and they're asked to block a lot of the times, too. But I'll tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread. Don't forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything, and then you reward the big fella, throw him the ball, and he catches. So he really can do a little bit of everything in an offense.
Lining up for the PAT. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Kick this one away.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of the game where, it can get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field, put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on.
Through the air, it's Daniels trying to get to it. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
What a great play. Winning one-on-one, getting home and getting a sack, and that kind of effort is going to get the big house fired up. These 100,000-plus Michigan Wolverine fans are on their feet screaming because of that dominant play right there coming from their D-line.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. He hurls one deep down the left side.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw. That's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
On the return, it's Morgan. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Now on second down after the incompletion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
And a great job on the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right in the middle. You better control the line. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough for this running back can get in the space and make the big game.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Throws for the tight end. Complete to the right. Defense makes the stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal for the game. The offense threatening. Goes to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Touchdown, Wolverine! And the pummeling has started. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Getting set for the point after.
For the extra point.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback.
efficiency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point in the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 2-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Daniels. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Trying to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
That's number 2. That's a good year for a lot of people. What a day. Having 2 interceptions already. I might try my hand on the other guy. This guy is not somebody I want to mess with.
Running the red zone, it's Edwards. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has been set up. The Wolverines have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Michigan! And the route is on.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team. They look like it right now.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse. Oh, it's on the ground. Live ball. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back to its own.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapped around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally. You got to be in the right place at the right time.
They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. The give to the back. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the 3rd quarter stats. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Here's the handoff. Bulls his way forward. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up for the 1st down. Wideouts all wadded up in a bunch. He'll keep it himself. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll do it himself. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
This defense really has their hands full, guys. They got to play with great eye discipline because they don't know who's going to be keeping the football in the run game. And that time, you saw the QB. He was able to kind of skirt his way to get some positive yards.
Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverine. And the stomping has commenced. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
This has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense obviously just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complimentary football.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, you've got to lock in.
And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds incompletely. Michigan stole their winged helmets and possibly their fight song from Princeton, but they are giving an Ivy League level education and defense today.
Yeah, and stealing their hearts, just ripping them out.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20th to 19-yard line.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got to lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
Offenses ice football games in the fourth quarter by running the football. And that's what these guys are trying to do right now, right? We're going to bleed the clock. We're going to stay on the field. It doesn't matter if the defense knows we're running it. They cannot stop us. And they're looking pretty impressive right now doing it.
Here comes the offense on second down. Trying to impose their will with the run. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Here's his offense with a fresh set of downs. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. Oh, he's so hard to get on the ground. He's got room. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play moves to change for the first down. Here's his offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll put the tight end in motion. Hand off from the shotgun. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm. And we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball downfield. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in. And this was just total domination.
So that's going to do it for us.
All right, well, that's it for now until he plays his game. All right, till next time, thanks for watching, and as always,